Hello students, today I am going to teach you ICT Tools, which is a part of CBSE curriculum of class 9th and 10th IT. So, what are the ICT tools are there? ICT tools means information and communication technology tools. So here students, I am going to present about all the ICT tools and where we will use these tools and how we will use the tools. So you can see here we have, let me take a pointer. I will explain nicely what is ICT tools, and these things are important for your midterm or for your other examination, and also for the person who are preparing for any competitive examination. These things are equally important for those also. So what are the ICT tools? Spreadsheet is there. Spread, Spreadsheet is there. Presentation software is there. Blogging is there. Information literacy skills, animation, publishing programs, web 2.0, and making a video. So when like I am making the use of ICT tools, I am making a video and I'm uploading that, and I'm using the YouTube platform, then that is also the use of ICT. We use the spreadsheet program to make the worksheet. We use the presentation software to make the PPTs. We use the blogging software to write about the blogs. We use the information literacy skills. So these are the representation of few of the ICT tools like Microsoft Office PowerPoint, interactive whiteboard like we used to study in our extra marks or other Byju's classes. Ebooks are there, the internet is there, and visualizer are there. So what is internet? Internet is a concept which is very basic for the ICT, because everything is connected to internet. These days in all the MNCs or in all the big schools or colleges, there are Wi-Fi enabled services or campus are there. So what is internet? Internet is a global computer network providing a variety of information and communication facilities consisting of interconnected networks using standardized communication protocols. इंटरनेट क्या है? इज़ अ ग्लोबल कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क है जिसमें हम क्या करते हैं, वी यूज़ टू सेंड आवर रिक्वेस्ट. हम कुछ गूगल में सर्च करते हैं या फिर हम किसी अदर सर्च इंजन का यूज़ करके कुछ सर्च करते हैं, तो वी आर डूइंग द HTTP रिक्वेस्ट, एंड फिर सर्वर से जो हमें रिस्पॉन्स मिलता है दैट इज़ द HTTP रिस्पॉन्स. तो ये रिक्वेस्ट और रिस्पॉन्स की साइकिल चलती रहती है और हमें हमारा डेटा प्रोसेसिंग होता रहता है. और ये किससे होता है? थ्रू द communication protocol. What are the protocols? Protocols are the rules and regulations which are required to operate over there in the Google internet sites. So the guide is also available on the internet. Now, what is www? www is a consortium, is a wide world wide web information retrieval initiative. ये क्या है? एक www we used to write uh, inside some like Google www.google.com, like we used to write www with web address like domain name. It is a part of a domain name which tells us about that the website is available in our web server somewhere. It tells us about the address and the location of the website over the internet. You can see we have here explanation of www. You can see World Wide Web is there. This is, you can see, World Wide Web. This is a web page. What is a web page? Web page, you know that a website is collection of web pages. And what is a web page? Web page is an electronic document which is composed of some graphics file, some audio file, some video file, some images, and multi-thread downloader is there. Then URL is there. What is URL? URL is the uniform resource locator. It locates the resource of the website. Means what is the resource, where can we get the website. And this is the scheduler, and this is the queue. Queue means the things are in the queue, the requests are in the queue. Many people, many times there is a server down. Why there is a server down? Because many people try to access the same site together. So there is a queue of request, and queue means the first one first out, means the one who will come first will, the request will be encountered first. And this is the URL, and this is the text and the metadata. What is metadata? Metadata is about information about a data, and this is a storage device. What is a protocol? It is a set of rules. As I said, it is a set of rules and guidelines for communication data. There are several set of rules, and there are several set of protocols. Rules are identified by each step and process during communication between two or more computers. We have lots of rules, and for that we have lots of protocols, like we have STTP, we have SMTP, we have FTP. FTP means file transfer protocol. SMTP means simple mail transfer protocol, which is responsible for exchange of email. HTTP means hypertext transfer protocol, which is responsible for transfer of text based data. So there are collection of protocol which are responsible for proper functioning of the data. These are the diagram of network protocol. You can see, as I have explained about HTTP, POP3 means post office protocol, and then UDP is their user datagram protocol, and then TCP is their transmission control protocol, and IP, internet protocol. So you know, somehow you have heard about IP address, that every computer is having its own personal IP address. IP address are some set of six block of digits separated by a dot. This is TCP IP model. You can see there are some layers, and the downside there is link layer, then internet layer, then transport layer, and then application layer. Now we have another layer. This is called OSI layer, Open System Interconnection. At the first level there is physical layer, then data link layer, then network layer, then transport, then session, then presentation, and then application. All the layers are interconnected with each other, and in all the layers there are the transfer of data is going on, exchange of data is going on, and the exchange of data is called different. The exchange of data is called different things, like in some network part it is called a frame, in data link it is called a data. So in physical layer is responsible for transmitting raw bit stream over the physical medium. Data link layer define the format of data. Network layer decide which physical part the data will take. Means network means it talks about the path where data will go from which source to which destination. So it decide the physical part, which source to which destination the data is going. Transport layer transmit data using transmission protocol, including TCP and UDP. TCP and UDP are the transmission control protocol. Session layer maintain connection and is responsible for the controlling ports and session. Sometimes when we are logging into a site, then there is a session timeout after some time. If we are not doing any work there, then we are getting the message that our session is timeout. That is the work of session layer. Now presentation layer ensure the data is usable format and is where the data encryption occurs. Presentation layer means when you are requesting for the data, you are getting the data in a presentation format. Application layer, human computer interaction layer, where application can access the network services. Means there is an application program. Application means like we have our web browser. Web browser is also an application software which is accessing the resource of the website. So it is accessible through application layer. So there are different data, there are different app, there are different frames through and at different layer of the these network layer all the data are being used. There are three main types of network protocol broadly. First one is network management protocol, second one is communication, third one is security, and inside these all there are different subcategories of the protocol. Communication protocol include basic data communication tools like TCP/IP and STTP. As I told you that TCP/IP is the transmission control protocol and internet protocol, and STTP is the hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol is responsible for the transfer of data across the request and response cycle. What is the management protocol? It maintains and governs the network through protocols such as ICMP and SNMP. Management protocol, which manage the entire web server and resources. Security protocol includes the HTTPS, SFTP, and SSL. HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Many times we have seen that at the end of the website there is the at the end of the domain address, domain name, we got the thing that www.this.com .https is written, means that site is secure. HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, that site is secure, and if S is not written there means that site is not secure. Now I have the explanation of HTTP, TCP, UDP, and IRC. What is HTTP? One of the most familiar protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is often referred to as the protocol of the internet. Is an application layer protocol that allow the browser and server to communicate. As I said that there is a request and response cycle going on between HTTP server and client, means the client is requesting for some information and the server is responding. TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, separates data into packets that can be shared over a network. Many times we got the question like, in TCP packets are being shared, so this will be true. In UDP datagram is being shared, so this will be true. These packets in TCP packets can then be sent by devices like switches and routers to the designated target, and we have the different communication device like switches, routers, repeaters, hubs. So these all are being used in different kind of devices, different kind of layers, different kind of protocols. UDP, User Datagram Protocol, works in a similar way to TCP, sending packet of data over the network. The key difference between the two is that TCP ensures a connection is made between the application and the server, but UDP does not. It means the difference between TCP and UDP is that in the case of TCP, the connection should be made between the application and the server, whereas in UDP, there is no need of such a requirement. IRC means Internet Relay Chat. What is Internet Relay Chat? Is a text-based communication protocol. Software clients are used to communicate with servers and send messages to other clients. This protocol works well on the network with a large number of distributed machines. व्हाट इज़ IRC इंटरनेट रिले चैट क्या होता है? एक टेक्स्ट बेस्ड कम्युनिकेशन प्रोटोकॉल है, सॉफ्टवेयर क्लाइंट्स जिसमें यूज़ होते हैं टू कम्युनिकेट विद सर्वर्स और मैसेज भेजने के लिए क्लाइंट्स को. दिस प्रोटोकॉल वर्क्स वेल ऑन द नेटवर्क विद अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड मशीन्स. URL क्या है? यूनिफॉर्म रिसोर्स लोकेटर. क्या करता है ये? A URL is nothing more than the address of the given unique resource on the web. It gives the address of the unique resource. In theory, each valid URL point to a unique resource, such as resource can be HTML page, a CSS document. HTML page is there, cascading style sheet document is there, an image is there. In practice, there are some exceptions, the most common being a URL pointing to a resource that no longer exists or that has moved. Sometimes we are searching for information that is no longer available, that is deleted by the server. So in that case, we are getting 404 error. URL itself are handled by the web server. What is a web server? Web server is a centralized server. It is up to the owner of the web server to carefully manage the resource and its associated URL. Now these are the few things I have discussed so far. So afterwards I'll discuss few more things. So what could be the assessment question here? The assessment question could be, what are the ICT tools? What are the chart to how are the ICT tools can be represented through charts? What is internet? What do you mean by world wide web? And what is a protocol? How many types of protocols are there? What are the layers of the protocol, and which layer is responsible for to transfer which type of data? And what are the difference between TCP IP and HTTP and HTTPS and HTTP? and what are the difference between TCP and UDP. So these are the things we can assess ourselves through the video that we have understood or not. I hope you'll understood. For that, thank you very much. Have a nice day.